Hello, I'm Trae Zipperer with By Memorial Day, where we've made it our mission to clean every veteran headstone by Memorial Day. In today's video, we're going to select the best brush for cleaning a veteran headstone. But first, let's pay our respects to Private First Class Dennis Harper, a World War I veteran buried here in Arcadia, Florida, and forgotten to most of the country. I found no record of him in any person's family tree online, which is pretty sad, and another reason why we as Americans need to get out in our local cemeteries and honor these military veterans of our past, because not all of them have family members to clean their graves. Matter of fact, very few of them do today. Be aware that we now have a protocol issued by the National Cemetery Administration that these stones remain federal property, and there is a proper best practices way of cleaning them. In that protocol, a brush is described as a soft bristle brush with bristles made of natural fibers or nylon fibers, not plastic bristles and never metal bristles. I tried to find a nylon bristle brush for cleaning veteran headstones and only found one candidate, and it worked beautifully. Unfortunately, that brush had been discontinued by the manufacturer, which took me to only natural bristle brushes as the right brush to clean a veteran headstone. So without further delay, the winner of the best brush to clean a veteran headstone is a brush made with the natural fiber known as Tampico from the agave plant. It is a renewable resource. Relatively soft bristles, does a phenomenal job. I tested out a couple of dozen brushes to arrive at my decision that this was the product that needs to be in every veteran headstone cleaning kit of every volunteer that's helping us to clean veteran headstones by Memorial Day. This particular brush happens to be manufactured by the Magnolia Brush Company, Clarksville, Texas. I like the size of this particular model. This is the model 179T, but it's not the only brush that's manufactured with Tampico bristles. This is another option from also the Magnolia Brush Company. This is model number 161. It's a thinner handle, fits really nicely in your hand. Between these two brushes, either one of them will work great for you. They range anywhere from $6 to $8 a piece. Another option, I found this at a local farm and ranch supply store. Notice the Tampico bristles, they are kind of a tan to yellow color bristle. This is in contrast to the same type of iron-shaped handle brushes that you'll find in your local retail stores, even your grocery stores. These are made out of plastic bristles. The new protocol issued by the National Cemetery Administration specifically states no plastic bristles. I am no longer using this type of a brush. I am using these Tampico bristles, natural fibers. Another brush that I think did a fantastic job and I'm going to keep in my cleaning kit is this boar's hair bristle brush, Tamer brand. It's model 310, the large version. Almost like a giant toothbrush, but they're natural fibers made of boar's hair. We're going to honor Private Dennis Harper with a clean headstone today. So if you stick with us, I'm going to use these brushes to get his headstone cleaned up. We're going to clean a few more to demonstrate each one of these and how they'll do a great job in your veteran headstone cleaning kit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wet the stone with water. Give it a good coating of water because the stones are porous and that allows the water to soak in first before the cleaning solution. This stone has a lot of lichens on it in addition to the black algae and other types of biological growth. So it's going to be a very good example of what this Tampico bristle brush can do when cleaning a headstone. Next, we're going to apply D2 biological solution, well recognized in the preservation world as a very mild, gentle cleaner that'll knock out all the biological growth but not harm the natural stone. So we get one coating of this and then we're going to let it sit for 10 minutes and do its job. You'll notice that the stone starts to change color fairly quickly after applying the D2. That biological growth is not happy to have this D2 sprayed on it because it's killing it. It does a great job of killing all the biological growth, and it'll work on the stone over the next 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months. It's just going to get whiter and brighter as time goes on. But you can see the change in the color of that biological growth as it starts to slough off of the stone. We're going to use the Magnolia brush, model 179 T as in Tango. Now this stone hasn't been cleaned in a very long time, so what you're going to see is staining left over as that biological growth gets into the nooks and crannies of the natural stone. Over time, this D2 biological solution will work on that and lighten up some of it. It won't make it totally look new again. It'll be much better than it is now, but it's just another reminder of why it's so important that we keep these veteran headstones clean. You can see a major transition there. Not a lot of effort that I had to put on this brush to make that happen. I'm actually right-handed. I'm using my left hand so you can see that it is removing this growth very nicely, including the lichens, which are tougher to get off of the stone as compared to the algae. It's been a very long time since someone cleaned this stone. You can see this stuff is like, I call it oatmeal coming off of here. You can see that. Almost maybe melted ice cream would be a good example. Melted chocolate chip mint ice cream coming off of there. This was once a pristine white marble brand new stone back in 1943, but it's been a long time, and going forward we're gonna hopefully have somebody step up here in the Arcadia, DeSoto County area who will say, I've got the stone of Dennis Harper, and I promise to make sure that his stone is clean at all times, and I'll keep an American flag flying next to his grave in honor of his service to our country. We're going to do that at veterangraves.com. Veterangraves.com is where volunteers can sign up, register, and just give us your name and email address so we can communicate, and then we can assign veteran graves to volunteers. And we'll be able to keep track of who's doing what and what's being done. This is actually doing a nice job inside the etchings too. I normally use a toothbrush to get in these etchings, but we'll see how well this does these Tampico bristles. There's not much left in these etchings. That Tampico bristle brush got in there nicely. I think it's because of the soft flexibility of those fibers and the fact that there's so many of them on the brush. But again, you can see how white this stone used to be and how discolored it is here from this biological growth. It's not good to allow this to remain on the stone. That's why they need to be cleaned. This biological growth does harm. It's not something that's harmless to just let it be dirty. This is federal property paid for by a once grateful nation, and I believe we're still grateful for these veterans, but we just haven't shown it in a long time. So hopefully you'll watch this video and watch some of our other videos, learn more about how to properly clean a veteran headstone, read the protocol issued by the National Cemetery Administration. You just get out in your local cemetery, find these veteran headstones. They're iconic. These are the same stones that we have at Arlington and every other national cemetery, but they maintain them at the federal level. But unfortunately, it's not happened in our local cemeteries until now. So we're going to turn this around with your help. If you can't volunteer to get out and clean headstones or lead the effort in your community, and I encourage you to make a donation to this cause. Visit buymemorialday.com. This isn't something that's free to do. I mean, this is something that we have to fund. We have more veteran headstones, I believe, in our local cemeteries than we do in our national cemeteries. So if it takes $720 million to clean those that are in the national cemeteries, nice, neat rows, you can imagine what it must cost to clean the headstones scattered across tens of thousands of local cemeteries. Backside of these stones is most always worse than the front side, because most graves in America face east, meaning that the back of the stone stays moist longer. The front has the sun shining on it in the morning to dry the dew, but on the back of the stone, that moisture stays just long enough that this biological growth has a better chance of growing. I hope you're convinced, as I am, that this Tampico bristle brush is the brush to use on our veteran headstones. It's just doing an amazing job. For this headstone, we're going to demonstrate the tail Tamer by Professional's Choice. It's a boar's hair, natural fiber, boar's hair bristle brush. It's used for horse grooming. I think you'll agree it does a nice job. Let's demonstrate. Here we're going to demonstrate the Magnolia brush model 161 with Tampico bristles. It's a nice fit in your hand, a little bit longer and narrower. We're going to see how this compares, which is pretty much identical to the other Magnolia brush, just a different style. Again, we have the Magnolia brush, model 161. Tampico natural bristle brush fibers, made from the agave plant. These bristles hold up really nice. I've cleaned 3 headstones now with this brush. The bristles look brand new. So I think it's going to hold up over the long haul, do a great job. So I hope you'll consider adding this to your veteran headstone cleaning kit.